And again into the sleeper hold.
Just those primitive instincts of Gunther kicking in as bloodthirsty as you like. Gunther is feasting on the carcass of John Cena's career.
John Cena has tapped out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new video, and in this video we're going to be reviewing this past weekend's Saturday night's main event titled John Cena's Final Match. Before we start, I want to say real quick, thank you for the support on the previous video that I did about AJ Styles mid-card title reigns. That did pretty good, and I'm going to continue on more. Sorry it took like 3 weeks to upload this, it's just that I've been busy with stuff, but now I'm kind of, waiting for stuff to go by so I can really start locking in on YouTube. Let's start off with the opening match of this show, as we have the NXT champion Obafemi versus the WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The reason this match even is happening because John Cena said before this show even took place that there will be 3 exhibition matches featuring the current main roster talent against the next generation, aka the NXT talent. And that's how we got to this match between Obafemi and Cody Rhodes. Now, in my opinion, this match was pretty good for the little amount of time it was given. For what they did in this match, they really made Obafemi look like a giant against Cody Rhodes and made him dominant as hell, which that to me shocked me. But the ending really left a lot to be desired, as Drew McIntyre would interfere to cause a DQ so Cody Rhodes could defeat Obafemi. After the match, Obafemi would attack Drew McIntyre and send him packing, because currently WWE does not like Drew McIntyre at all, because his booking has been pretty terrible these past few weeks. Overall, a pretty good match, but the ending really soured it for me, in my opinion. Up next, we see Sol Ruca taking on Bayley. Pretty fire. I expected a good match, but I feel like they kind of over-delivered, in my opinion. Sol Ruca got a lot of time to shine, got her stuff in, so did Bayley, but I feel like they did more than I thought they were going to do. And the ending was pretty cool to me with the exchange of roll-ups, and the counter to the Soul Snatcher was pretty awesome too. And Sol Ruca will get the W after rolling Bayley up for the win. Now, I hope that this means that Sol Ruca can get a good main roster run, because a lot of time that the women from NXT get called up, they don't really get many good runs, in my opinion. Let's get on to our next match, which is a fucking banger. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee against Leon Slater and Javon Evans. This was a, no pun intended, phenomenal match. Both teams are great at what they do. Javon Evans and Leon Slater have been killing it on NXT. They recently had a great showing in that NXT Deadline match. But man, oh man, when I tell you that this match was peak, it was peak. Constant action, barely any slow time, and they just went balls to the wall with this one. I mean, Leon Slater is probably going to go to WWE after TNA. It's pretty much confirmed. They did it with Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry. Leon's probably next. But besides that, this match really, I feel like kind of put Leon Slater on the map a little bit. I know he's already been, pretty established on NXT, TNA, and whatnot. But this match right here really proved that he can hang with some of the main roster guys. And also Javon Evans, he's pretty much the future of WWE. There's no way they didn't put him on SmackDown on the AAA shows very constantly. So, I feel like to me, there's no way they don't see the future in these two guys. Good finish here by both men, as AJ Styles would catch Leon Slater with the Styles Clash to pick up the victory. This will probably lead into a one-on-one match between Leon Slater and AJ Styles for the X Division Championship at the first TNA episode on AMC in 2026. And that's pretty exciting because AJ Styles has not wrestled in the TNA ring for about 12 years now. This match will probably mean a lot to Leon Slater and his title reign, because, what I've been seeing, the TNA title reigns don't really get booked that well. So for this match to happen on such a monumental episode for TNA will be pretty sweet to see. But now it is time for our grand main event, the match that everybody came to Washington to see. John Cena's last match against the Ring General Gunther. This match had such a big fight feel to it. Now, obviously, I feel like a lot of Cena's recent matches, especially for this retirement tour, have that. But man, for this Cena's final match, I don't know, the air was definitely different in the room when this match took place. Now, there's been a lot of talk if Gunther should have been Cena's last opponent. In my opinion, I feel like he was. He was a pretty good foil for Cena. He was pretty much everything Cena is not, in a way. And for him to have such heel heat going into this and coming out of it with more, I don't feel like anybody else could have worked. People say Edge, Randy, and so-and-so. But in my opinion, they wouldn't have worked as well as Gunther did. Now, to me, this match kind of established Gunther as a true dominant heel of the sport. He already retired Goldberg earlier this year, and now he retired Cena. This match has to propel Gunther into a higher main event status, because there is no way that Triple H can fumble this badly. I know Triple H can fumble. We've seen it a lot this year, but the opportunity is right there to make Gunther a top star. If they don't capitalize on that, then I don't know if they can really make any stars anymore, if that's the case. But like I said, this match really made Gunther a solid performance by both men, and what a way to go out, because you wouldn't really think Cena and Gunther could really mesh well, at least to me. But the way they did it, the way that it was showcased, the way they made Gunther look in this match, that truly, made the match special, in my opinion. The whole never give up mantra being put to the test with so many sleepers, clotheslines, and all that stuff. Cena pulling out the hits for one last time, man, that made me emotional during the match, I can't even lie. But in the end, only one result took place. It was not a pinfall. nor was it a pass out. I'll play the clip right now.
John Cena has tapped out.
Now, there's been a lot of discourse whether Cena should have won, Cena should have passed out, Gunther shouldn't even be there in the first place, a lot of that. Now, I won't go into much because this video would take like a fucking hour long if I were to discuss it here, but I feel like to me, this was pretty much the perfect finish. Cena's whole thing is to never give up, and you can't really say he gave up in that scenario. He did what was best for him. He kept his life, sort of, in a way. And I know that sounds like very, very deep, but I feel like that's kind of the way they were trying to go with it. You can't really say Cena gave up in that scenario, but more of he was content of this being the end of his career, you know? Cena has rarely tapped out, and I think to my knowledge, he's only tapped out like 5 times, and this was the 5th time. So I feel like to me, this finish wasn't bad at all. In fact, I liked it more than pretty much anything that could have, you know, replaced it. Like, I don't think Cena should have lost via pinfall. Honestly, to me, I would prefer a pass-out finish, but this finish right here of him tapping was not bad at all, in my personal opinion. Now, with that being said, Gunther going over was probably the right call. Like, sure, as, you know, the little kid inside me would prefer Cena winning, but this being the end of his career, I don't really mind him taking a loss here. This doesn't really hurt him. This win right here helps Gunther more than if Cena would have beaten Gunther. I cannot lie, this was probably one of the better Saturday night's main event shows ever since they came back last year in December. And to me, this was a pretty good show, pretty good matches in between. Obviously, the opener was probably the worst match, but I wouldn't put it at fault of Owen and Cody. I think the booking kind of hindered it. But man, what a show, what a match, and what a final match for the greatest of all time. Thank you, John Cena, for over 20 plus years of great in-ring content and great storylines and everything in between. We will miss you, GOAT.